Welcome back, everybody. Appreciate everybody that been staying tuned. Continue to mess with the boy and everything. You feel me? So this video, I want to let everybody know. Well, I know you can tell by the thumbnail, but we will be installing a MSD manifold. We will be installing them 2-inch Kooks headers. We also will be installing a Nick Williams 103 throttle body. We also will be installing the Kooks spark plugs. We also will be installing the NGK spark plugs. So, well, the Kooks is the spark plug wires, but just stay tuned, man. I know it's been way too long for a video. I finally dropped the video, but here we go, man. Let's get into it. If you don't know, before I get into this video, I'm gonna go by step-by-step detail. If you ain't seen none of my previous videos, I like to go into like detail to let you know everything, so you know how to do it, yourself. All you pretty much need is time and patience. So let's keep this shit rolling. It's time to put in that work. You feel me? So without further ado, here we go.
Hey, I'm the shit. Hey, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Hey, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the shit.
Okay, had the hood up for a while. Trying to let the car cool off before I start getting to work. I don't want to work with no hot car, but pretty much we can ready to take everything off. Strut toe brace, this right here, we're about to take this off to get to all the stuff. So we gotta remove this. You won't have to remove this. Also gotta remove your roto, your air take. I don't know which one you got, but roto fab. Also your oil catch can, and I think that's it right now up top. Till we get down here to the bottom, where you gotta remove like the heat shield screws and the header screws and everything. So we about to get into it. Just wanted to give y'all a preview of what we about to take off. And here we go. Okay, I just took the roto fab out. When y'all do it, make sure y'all pull a little red clip, and it's gonna be the little piece right inside there. Make sure you lift it up and it should slide straight out. Make sure you keep all your bolts and everything. You do not want to lose nothing doing this. Okay, so after that, take this off. It's hard to do stuff with one hand, but I'm about to take this off. Take this off. And we'll get to that on once we finish this side. But that's what I'm about to do now. Take all the little valves and stuff off, and I'll let you know along the way. Okay, I just unloosened all the bolts. But remember, you gotta torque all this back down. I got me a torque wrench already. But also, if you don't know what the torque settings is, it should come with instructions when you first purchase that. And if you don't know, I also got it on the video when I installed it. Make sure you keep the bolts. And I also got the video of the torque settings when I installed this, so you can check it out too. But that's what we're doing now. I'm about to finish taking this off. I'm about to get to the next step. Taking the oil catch can off now. I think the hardest thing when installing your headers, to be honest, is going to be messing with the steering column thing. So that's going to be like the hardest thing, because if you mess up, you may need alignment. But let's finish taking this off and emptying this oil catch can, and unhooking some of these valve lines we're going to be needing to remove. But we just taking care of the headers right now before we get to the top part. This is the most easiest part, the manifold and the throttle body. So we getting to the hardest part now, and that's the headers. So these are the spark plug wires I went with. I know a lot of people get the MSD spark plug wires, but to be honest, the only reason why I really went with these because they was black and orange, to be honest. But other than that, we about to start removing these spark plug wires right here. Just pretty much pull on them until it come out. But if you reusing your spark plugs, make sure you just pull on them. But if you reusing your spark plugs, make sure that my bad. If you're going to reuse your spark plug wires, don't pull on them like I'm pulling on mine. Try to be more gentle and, because you reusing them. But yeah, that's what I'm about to do now. Take the spark plug wires off on this side. Take the spark plugs out and start removing this heat shield right here. I'm going to remove these bolts. 1, 2, and 3. That way we could pull the headers up from the top. And it's easier to work on a vehicle like while it's on the ground versus you jacking it up. So I advise y'all to try to unhook everything that you couldn't hook up top before you go down to the bottom and start doing stuff, because it's going to be harder to remove and untighten some of these bolts while you in the air. So that's what I'm doing now. Ready to finish pulling these off and put the new ones on. So stay tuned. It's not hard doing these. It's pretty much just pulling them and pulling them out. So that's what I'm doing right now. Remember, comment if you have any questions. Comment, let me know what part of the video you had questions about, and I definitely will get back to you, because I'm here to help everybody just like people be helping me out. So stay tuned. So I'm not going to be able to record and show you because it's only me. These are the spark plugs right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the green stuff on it. That's just for the spark plugs. This is the heat shield I'm ready to remove so I can pull the headers up from the top. 1, 2, and the third one right there. And these are the header bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there if you can see it. So now that I pretty much unloosened all the bolts, I don't want it to be ultra loose, but they are broken loose. I'm gonna take these spark plugs out after I remove the headers. But this is pretty much everything on the driver's side that you have to do before you get underneath the car and start unbolting everything. So I'm about to do the other side right now, and here we go. So just remember, I'm about to take this off, because you got to take this off. This is the most difficult side, to be honest with y'all, because that side only took probably like 20 minutes. This side probably going to take, I don't know, but we about to see. But yeah, this is the most difficult side. We about to take this off and pretty much plug the holes, move them out the way, and do the same thing pretty much. Start removing some stuff out the way, because you got to untighten the headers in order to pull the whole dipstick out, it looks like. So I tucked that hose right there under that. Antifreeze is coming out, but I'm ready to remove this bolt. And then take this one off, and I'm going to try to hang it up somewhere, because the antifreeze is going to come out of that too. But unless you got something, to stop it, I don't have it. So I'll make it work with it work. Okay. And now I told you I can't do it with one hand, but I'm about to unclamp that and probably tuck it under this and remove this whole thing and sit it down. So FYI, hella motherfucking antifreeze just fell inside my car. So it came from out that damn tank, so it's all down in here. It looks like I'm gonna need some antifreeze and rinse this shit off once I'm done, so not don't smell like it's burning or anything. And if y'all haven't already, it was good to disconnect your battery. I didn't, but I'm about to now. So, yep. Then we about to try to remove all this stuff like this. so we can get clearance to the headers. I'm just gonna headers, spark plug wires, and heat shield. So we about to remove all that. We also might have to remove some PC valve lines, but stay tuned, stay tuned. So it's 3 little zip tie things like that you gotta remove from right here. Took this one out. It's another one. I already took that one out. That's the one I just showed you. I took this one out from right under that one. And that's the third one you're gonna have to take out. You can cut them if you want, but I'm using the pry tool to pull them out. Stay tuned. So you gotta remove this bolt. That's what I'm just broke loose. I'm about to take that off. And that way you can still get clearance to, this pretty much just giving you clearance, and you gotta remove this in order to get to that first header bolt, which I'll show you in a minute. Hold on. Yeah. Didn't want to lose that, because I need that. Okay, so now you see the bracket will come right off. Let me move it out the way, even though it's still caught on to something. Right there, I'm about to take that off. So now I removed that little bracket that was right here, and that's the bolt right there. That's the first header bolt you could get to. So now I'm about to pull the spark plug wires out and start removing. I already took the bolts out for the heat shield. There's only 2 on this side. One right there and one right behind here. There's only 2 on this side. And I'm about to pull the spark plug wires out and start unhooking the header bolts, so I can start, well, get ready to get underneath the car and start taking it apart. Stay tuned. So since these bolts kinda at an angle, I had to use this. This is a 13, and it pretty much give you easy clearance. You just pretty much, you know, loosen it up. So got all the bolts pretty much unloosened. This one in the back was kinda hard, but I got them all unloosened, and I'm about to take the dipstick out. I just got that last screw right there, if you can see it up here, to take out. So I'm about to take that out, and the dipstick should come straight out, and I'm about to do that now. Stay tuned. We getting there, y'all. Time to put in the work, you feel me? Let's keep it rolling. Okay, so everything is now done from the top part. Everything as far as unloosening it, untightening. I did that side. I also did this side. So now I'm about to jack the car and start taking the bolts off from the bottom, and then pretty much pull the headers up from the top and put them in from the top. So that's the next part we at now. All the bolts is tightened, unloosened. It'd be a lot easier if y'all had a ratchet socket like this. It's a lot longer for me because I gotta do it, take it out, do it, take it out, do it, take it out. You get what I'm saying? So if you got a ratchet socket, it's a lot easier, but you know, make what you got. So that's what I got right now. Still working. Just would be a lot easier if I had that, but that's where we at now. I'm about to go get the jack and start jacking it up. And this is the jack I've got. So I had to go get a jack and jack stands. I already got 2 more, so I'm gonna need 4 total. But this is what I need to lift the car up, so I had to go grab this real quick. So let's do it. Now we got the car jacked up. We're gonna be removing this bolt, O2 sensor. That's the Cadillac converter, the second cats. The first cats. I already removed the secondary cats. And we're gonna be also removing the bolts up here. Let me see if I can get it for y'all. These ones right up here. Hold on. And we're gonna be removing these bolts right there. 1, 2, 3. And there's one on the other side. So we're gonna be removing those. That's pretty much connected to the header. That's the bottom part of it's just the Cadillac converter, but the top part is the rest of the header. So once you disconnect this, you can pull the header out from the top, and pretty much once you remove this and this bolt right here, you'll be able to, and your O2 sensor right there. But once you all this piece will come out. But I'm about to start. Let me back it up so you can see. These the bolts, and that's the O2 sensor. You can disconnect it from up there, right up in here. But be careful with your O2 sensor because you don't want to damage that, because you gotta reuse that. But that's what we about to do on this side, and I'll show you the other side, what we gotta take off. I think I gotta take this whole bracket off too, like this bracket, because I don't know yet, but we will see. Stay tuned. So you don't gotta remove your O2 sensor right now. If you follow this line right here up, you'll see it's a harness. Let me see if I can focus the light on it right there. That's the harness right here. And you just gonna pull a little gray piece out and pull it out. So it's pretty much right here. There you go. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. That's the harness I'm talking about. And it's the gray clip you'll pull back, and then you'll just slide this piece out. But I'm gonna, give me 1 second. I don't want to slide it out with one hand. Let me make sure I do it right, because I don't want to break nothing. So, but that's pretty much what you do. So this the passenger side. You're gonna have to remove this bolt and this bolt on these two, and the same thing, the 4 up in there. I'll show y'all. Right now I'm trying to remove the O2 sensors, and it don't look like I got the right tools, so I probably gotta go to advanced auto part to get the right one to pull them out. So I'll let y'all know. Stay tuned. So just to make everything easier, I did have to go to AutoZone, but for the spark plugs, I keep calling them spark plugs. For the O2 sensors, my bad, get the 7/8 wrench, and these will come straight off. And once you get them off, you know, that was the hardest thing so far for me. I didn't have the right tool for it. Be careful with them, so I'm not gonna take it all the way off. I'm gonna take this one off up here, right there. I'm gonna take this one right there off, so I can get to that last bolt, and then the headers can come out. So that's where I'm at now. Okay, I just removed all 5 of the bolts. You see the header hanging off with the gasket right here. Kooks give us new gaskets, so I'm not gonna reuse these ones. Put them right there. But now I should be able just to pull it from the top. And since it's just me, it's gonna be hard for me to do it while I'm recording. So I'm about to try to sit the phone up somewhere, but I'm ready to pull it up from the top. Let me see. Okay, so the reason why I can't pull it out from the top is this black bar right there. That's the steering wheel shaft thing. So that's what I got to take off now in order to pull them out. See how my wheel is already crooked? So I'm about to go in the car, turn the wheel straight as much as I can, like this. My bad, like that. Probably use the seatbelt to keep it there, because I'm not really trying to get alignment after this. So that's how I did that. Try to keep the steering wheel straight. See my wheel? It's pretty much straight. straight to me, but you get what I'm saying. They don't look like it's crooked or anything, but I'm about to start removing. Can't even see it because the header's in the way. But these bolts, but they at the bottom, so let me show you. Those two bolts right there. So I'm about to remove those two bolts. And once I remove those two bolts, I'm gonna let y'all see how to like push the little thing. Let me see if I can show you now while I hold the phone. So pretty much when you remove those two bolts, it's gonna be the thing that's pretty much sticking out inside of this. You're just gonna push it in like this and give yourself clearance, and then when it's time, you'll put that back and slide it back in there. But I'm gonna show you just so you know. I'm about to remove the bolts now. There you go. So all I did once I did it was just slide it. My bad, y'all. I just slid it back this way, and it came straight out of this part right here. So you just slide it back, and then that's how you do this. And then this piece you should just be able to pull right off, like wiggle it though. Remember, try not to turn it because this is all your steering. But that's what I'm about to do now, try to pull that piece off. So I had to remove the little cover for right there. I had to do that in order to pull the, in order to pull the headers out from the top. Also, I pulled this off. And the way you do that is when the cover is on it, give me a second. When the cover on it like this, you just pretty much reach behind it right here, just like this, and pull it up like that. That's how you disconnect that line. But now that I did all that, the header should come straight up, nice and easy. Let's see if they come straight up. Whew. It's crazy because I ain't got nobody to look at the bottom. I feel like it's catching on something. But we're gonna keep trying to wiggle it, see what we can get. Nope. I think it's catching on something at the bottom. I'm gonna have to go check. Shit. So once you remove the 4 bolts out of this, take out the sensor. That's the other sensor. Right now I'm having problems disconnecting it from the harness, but yeah, this pretty much the Cadillac converter right here. And once you get that out, the header should be nice and easy to come from the top. Look how far this motherfucker down there. But it literally should. Let me set the camera up. Hold on. And there we go. That's the header, baby. So this is the header that came off of it. These the 4 bolts that was giving me, well, only 1 bolt gave me a problem, is because it was by that O2 sensor. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you disconnect those 4 from this, you take this piece off from the bottom, and then you just pull this piece up from the top. So it didn't look like I really had to take this off, but I just did it for more clearance. But now we about to get ready to put the driver's side header on. So that's what it looked like when everything off. See my O2 sensors hanging. I keep trying to take the plug off, the harness thing. I cannot get them off. It's just so damn hard. I don't know. Because you got the extension piece, and then I also got to take these spark plugs out. So that's what I'm ready to do now. Take the spark plugs out and try to get this harness piece disconnected, because with the Kooks headers, they give you a extension piece right there. So you got to disconnect it in order to make sure it reach. But we will see. Right now, spark plugs, then add the headers. Let me see if I can focus. That's how the spark plug looked after I took it out the first one. So that was just the first one right there. Now we about to take the rest out. I just wanted to show y'all how they look. So let's take the next one out to see. Okay, so this is what they look like. Look like it's some oil kind of getting up at the top part, but I don't really know why if I got the oil catch can. And I put that on kind of early. But we're gonna keep looking at some more and see how they look on this side, because I wanna know. And I still need some of that spark plug. I believe it's like spark plug grease. Okay, so once you loosen all the headers and everything, now we about to, this gonna be difficult because I don't really know where this goes at. I know it goes into the oil pan, but it ain't seem like it's supposed to wiggle out. But I'll just wait till I take the headers off. So that's something right there. That's going to be like a little project trying to fit it back in, but I got everything from the bottom taken off. Let me show you. Okay, so once you remove these two bolts right there, you also have to remove this bolt on both sides, not these two, just these two right there, because the Cadillac converter sits in it, as you can see right here. So you got to take this piece off. Well, just take the bolt off and it'll lift straight up. But long story short, you're going to take these two off, do your O2 sensor again, and those four up top. Same as the other side. Once you do that, this little piece right here can slide off. I'm trying to see. I feel like it's caught on something. And here we go. Got it out. Trying to figure this dipstick out. But just make sure you put it in a second. I'll show you. Damn. Thingy. And there we go. Header number 2. Just remember, when you put this oil stick, it still go in between these two and go, not these two. Just so you know. I'm gonna show you when I put the new headers on, but just wanted to remind you that, because you're gonna have to try to fish this back into the oil pan at the bottom. So it looks like I ran into an issue. I think I gotta cut this right here, because I don't have nothing to connect to that. Nothing at all. And I don't know how that's gonna work. That's crazy. Kooks saying I have to cut off the Cadillac converters, but I don't have no cats. And this is where the cats will go, so maybe I just cut this piece off. I'm not sure. But I think I'm gonna wind up having to do open headers on this side and go to a muffler shop and get them to cut. But I'm not sure yet. I'll let y'all know, but that's an issue I just ran to, because there's no piece that connector like this. All the pieces Kooks sent me was just regular like clamps that go around. So we about to see. These are the jet black Kooks headers. Had to get them ceramic coated just to keep the heat down. And this is what I'm about to install. And he also did the inside, if you can see. So yeah, I made him do the inside of all my headers because, well, I think that's what happened when they ceramic coated anyway. But I think he was just trying to do the outside, but I needed the inside done too. Keep the heat down as much as possible. So now we about to put them on. So these the spark plugs I got right here. These are the ones I'm about to put in. Really don't know too much about performance spark plugs, so I know these ones are supposed to be 2 steps cooler than the original GM manufacturer spark plugs. And the only reason why I kind of went 2 steps colder is because I know I'm doing a lot of performance mods, and it's going to be all underneath the car. So I don't want it to be too hot. I just want everything to stay like cool temperature. And if you didn't check out the video where I already checked the temperature of most of this stuff, then check it out. But yeah, we about to install these ones. And this is just how the spark plugs look compared to the GM ones. So that way you know. But that's pretty much everything you get in the box from Kooks. You get the screws, you get these clamps. These the clamps I was saying, it ain't no way it could fit on that little piece. So I might have to run open headers and go to a muffler shop so they can cut it. You got the gaskets and you got these 2 clamps right there. So yeah, so the reason it won't go in up top is because of that bracket right there. When I looked at the instructions on Kooks, they said I gotta remove that. I thought I could fit it in there, but just me by myself, I might have to remove that bracket. This one right down there. Let me see if I can focus with that bracket right there. So I might gotta take that bottom piece off, and I do gotta take the starter off. So that's what I'm about to do now. Take the starter and that bracket off so I can get the headers in. Okay, so these the starter heat shield. I'm gonna take these 3 bolts off, and then I'll be able to get to the starter. I do not really want to remove the starter, and it's the bracket I gotta take off. So it's bolts. I'll show you all of the bolts and stuff in a minute. Update. So I took the starter off, which was right there. I'll show you how I did it. Pretty much was 2 bolts at the bottom and this red connector piece right here. You just gotta pull it back and it pops straight out. And just disconnect the wire. Yeah. A little tired. But anyway, the next part is I'm gonna have to take the valve cover off because my headers is so big and it's just me. And I think it's so much easier if I can just do it from the top versus the bottom, because I don't have no one to help me. So I'm ready to remove my valve covers. Pretty much these bolts right there. I already dropped the bracket at the bottom right here. See the bracket? I'll show you with bolts in a couple of minutes. Show you each one of those bolts so you know how to pull it down, because it is a lot of bolts. It ain't just like 4 or 5. It's probably like 8 to 10. So along with some plastic pieces. So I'll show you that. But now I'm ready to take off the valve cover, because every time I put my headers in, they keep getting hit right here. So it's like it's not clearing this part. So I don't know if that can help or not, but I'm about to see. I really don't even want to open this. Maybe if you don't have 2-inch headers, they probably would just slide straight in. But since I got some big ass headers, they just not sliding straight in. So when you drop the bracket down, it's gonna be 1 bolt right here, 1 in there. It's also gonna be like 1 right there, 1 right there. There's a couple of them, to be honest. 1 over there, still 2 on that side. So it's pretty much, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 bolts, 15 millimeters to take down this bracket. So you can install the headers from the bottom of the car, which was a lot easier because it's only me. So yeah, just the O2 sensor. I finally got that darn clamp off. Took forever. I ain't gonna lie, that clamp was one of the hardest things. Now I got that ready. I just need a little help with the starter because I need to like lift this up in order to put the starter back in. Because the starter right there, and it seems like it's just not, I can't wiggle it in yet the way I got it up top. So that's it. I'm getting there. That's the last thing I got to do before I, lower the car and go back up top and start putting everything back up. Putting everything back together. So we getting there. Okay, we got both headers in now. I did install both of them from the bottom. That was the only way, for real, to be honest with y'all. Unless you want to remove all that type of stuff, valve covers and stuff. Just got to jack the car up pretty high and it slide right in. So I got them in, got the gaskets, got my spark plugs. About to put the spark plug wires on it, and pretty much I'm gonna show y'all the final review and go over some of the bolts and stuff I went over. But here we go. Let's keep it rolling. On the driver's side right here, you do gotta put the connection piece on, but it looks like on all the other ones, you really don't need the connection piece. Not on the passenger side, because it's pretty much long enough. It fits in there, and then the back one will fit in there too. So, seems like you pretty much just need the extension on that side, on the driver's side. But the problem I'm having now is trying to figure out where my oil dipstick go at, because I can't find where I put that back in that. So that's where I'm stuck at now. That's where the oil dipstick line go back into. I just found it, so that's why I'm about to put that back into. Okay, we pretty much done with underneath the car now. I'm gonna have to go to the muffler shop to get this pipe right here cut. Actually, I could cut it at work tonight. That's what I might do. But right now I'm gonna just run open headers until I get that pipe connected, which will probably be the same day tomorrow or some shit. But just wanted to show y'all I'm pretty much done underneath the car. Got the starter back. When you put the starter in, make sure you keep this header loose because you need some wiggle room. And if you ever do need to replace your starter, you will have to remove your header. Well, that's just the 2-inch headers I got. I don't know about all sizes, but yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do. So pretty much that's the whole exhaust now, all the way up. Okay, there we go, we done. We got the headers on that side, all installed, bolted in, everything torqued to the right spec. We also got this new spark plugs in, the NGKs, also with the Kooks spark plug wires. Now I'm about to just put everything else back together. Pretty much like my antifreeze, rotofab, and catch can, strut toe brace, all that stuff. But that's pretty much it. We about to give it a cold start, I guess. Once I connect the battery back, but we're gonna give it a cold start. Remember, I am running open mufflers right now until I go to the shop, or until I cut it later. I don't know. I might cut it at work because my job, they do have that type of stuff to cut it, but I'd rather probably just go to a shop so they can, you know, hit most of these bolts under this car with an impact gun. But we done, y'all. We done. Took 3 days, but we got there. So let's keep it rolling. I fucking broke this little hose right there. I don't know how the hell I did it, but I broke it. So this line looks like it goes right. Let me see. Look like it broke off of this, but it's supposed to go right here. But it don't fit. So I don't know if I should try to, I don't know what to do. I'm thinking about just going to GM and getting it replaced. I don't even know what it's called, but that's it. That's where I'm at now. I don't even know how that shit broke, man. Today is Manifold Day at Throttle Body. So that's what I'm about to do now. It's crazy. Got all that stuff in. Still mad I broke this part. So I gotta still wait to get that fixed. But other than that, we looking good. Let's keep it rolling. So with the Manifold, it's just these bolts. 1, you gotta take this one off. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that one. 6. And there's one more back there. 7. It should be like that on both sides. So let's get to it. Okay, I just took all the screws out on the Manifold, poured it out. I don't see too much oil built up in there, but we don't need this no more, so you can remove this. Try to be careful so none of that shit fall in there. That's the old one. I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison, but we do need to reuse our gaskets, so that's what we're going to reuse on this one. And here we go. I'm about to cover these up real quick. Go switch out the little parts on that Manifold that need to go on the new one. And we getting there. Make sure y'all wipe y'all gaskets down when y'all do this, because as you see, they is dirty. I've been wiping most of them down so far, so just wanted to show y'all 1 or 2. Like, that's oil. So there they go. That's the regular one that comes with the 2SS. Little throttle body. But yeah, I just gotta take this off and put it on this one. But that big old Nick Williams 103 throttle body. So about to install it now. Let's keep it rolling. This MSD is not hard to install, to be honest. Just make sure you remove that sensor, the holes in the back. It's like a pull, like push and pull piece, but you could also disconnect it from right there if you're having problems. Also, make sure you remove this, wipe it down. They say make sure you leave all of the rings and stuff up. So I'm about to just try to like wipe it down and make sure it's nice and clean before I install it. That's everything, and now I'm about to try to put the Rotofab elbow I just got in on, and we should be done. And there we go. We got that. Whew. Now all I gotta do is get this fixed, and we good to go. I'm really proud of myself. I did a good job. Just got to torque things down and get all the last little bit of stuff done, but long story short, we there. Everything hooked back up. Nothing else got damaged, thank God. So, yep.
Several days later.
So, finally started it up. It's loud as shit. Just got it back from Chevy. Remember, I am running Oakland mufflers. Let's pop the hood real quick to show you. because this video is long enough. And that's all I want to do is show you the part got fixed. And stay tuned. Part fixed. Everything cool. So, about to go get it turned to put the mufflers on. Appreciate everybody that stay tuned, watch the video all the way through. Comment if you got any questions. Appreciate y'all. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, man. Let's keep it rolling. See it.